when we're doing the 11 on 11, after we do some of that, then we'll do like, say, we'll start, like I said, at the 20-yard line and drive down. Uh, if you don't get the first down, punt the ball away. That's why you get to work on some special
And
teams
that's the
at the
victory
same
for the
time.
defense, and that means the offense has got to run because they
Yeah.
got stopped, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying, we're going to create some competition.
Right.
Okay.
And then you got, if you make a touchdown, you do the field goal. If you don't make a touchdown, but you're in field goal range, then you can practice and do some field goals. Give the field goal kicker, situations. Say it's a 30-yard, 35, 40-yard field goal. And then of course at the very end, do some running. Do some cardio, conditioning, and everything. And then of course at the end, go through our little meeting with the players and everything. What we did, and anybody has any questions, anything we got planned, anything on the agenda that we need to talk to the players about, and that with all within a couple hours or so. It just depends. The important thing is players got to be on time. They got to be there early, so we can be on time to start and getting that routine and getting where everybody can get that work in and everything. You have too many things sometimes when you got guys lagging in. Yeah, they might be 15, 20 minutes late, but then you get guys that are 30 to an hour late. If you come with only an hour left, I mean, what are you going to really? Oh, you want to just come when we're doing the 11 on 11? That's not going to help you too much. Because you still need to work on the other things that we work on, the individual drills, the inside runs, the 7 on 7. You got to work on all of those because that's what's going to make you better, and that's what the guys got to get in these players' heads. You need to be on time and get these coaches. Not only they be on time, but talking to their players. Hey, you guys need to be here. I understand there's going to be times where guys can't because they're working or something, but if you have excuses all the time about getting to practice and doing that, don't be surprised when your excuses get you sitting on that bench.
Yeah.
And everything.
So basically, we're in attack mode.
Right.
All the way through.
It's like Jarvis said earlier. You come to practice, you got to be serious.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we talked about is, because where we're going to be practicing at, we have to make sure we do act accordingly and do right, and we can't have no distractions. Last year, I have never really had this much in the past, but I've seen it with some other teams I was with, or I've seen it, not really with other teams, but I saw it last year a lot. That's why I talked about is not having kids at the practice, because I'm not going to do anything that's going to get kicked off the field, and I want these guys to be where, hey, their focus is on practice, so we can get down to do what we got to do and to be able to win.
So, Coach, we got about 1 minute left, and this is like I said, they're gonna keep. For all the viewers out there, you guys are gonna keep seeing us all throughout the season, and I wanted to just kind of ask you, one thing, we don't have an off season right now. The Rangers are in season right now. We're prepping in so many different ways to do this. Jarvis, if you could just take a few seconds to just talk to the future players out there. Why be a Ranger? Why Ranger up with us? What's going to be special about our organization?
It's for me, I think it's just the standard. We want to look good. We want to do everything right. We want to win a championship. If you want to win, come play with us. You want to lose, you go play with the Vipers, the Bison, the Tigers. You can play with the Wolfpack. Play with any other team you want to play with. But when it comes to winning, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win now, and we're coming, and that's the bottom line. We're gonna go win a championship, and hey, I'm telling you the truth. We're gonna do it, man. So if you want to come play with us, hey, Rangers is a place to be. Always striving, never selling.
Coach Clark, nothing short but confident. And I think a lot of times we misconstrue confidence with arrogance, and I don't think that statement was to be facetious at all. I think that statement is as a testament of believing in your system, right, and believing in your program. Um, talk to the players out there really quick, Coach. About quick 45 seconds or so on why the Rangers.
Why the Rangers? Trying to figure out how to put this in words. It's like Jarvis said, we're gonna win, man. Either with you or without you. And if you want to be part of it, then come aboard. Like I said before, there's some guys won't be welcome here, but there's a lot that will be. And I'm not gonna say, hey, all them other teams out there, I have respect for them. They're good teams. They play hard. They're always been competition to me. When we played against them and everything, I've lost some games with it to them and everything. But we can be just as good, if not better, than any other team out there. And if you want to be part of that, help build something special, and be part of it, then come aboard. Don't wait. Come aboard. All you gotta do is talk to me. And like I say, if you want to be part of the Rangers, then hey, come talk to me.
Basically, you ain't hard to find, right?
Yeah, I'm not hard to find. you won't regret it. Just remember this. Like I said, you better be dedicated. You better be committed. You better be coachable, and you better be willing to do what it takes to win and set the standard for Central Texas. I'm tired of people talking bad about Central Texas, especially in this area here. Yet all them teams down there in Austin come after the players here. A lot of players from here go down there and play for them. A lot of those teams down there, every time I turn around, behind my back, they've always tried to recruit my players. So that's telling you something, that there is a lot of talent here.
Colleen is about to be lit.
The know you come be part of the Rangers, and we win that championship like we're going to, the gratification you'll get for being part of that. That's all I got to say about that. Just come see. It's going to happen.
Coach, it would be remiss to say a lot of our apparel, a lot of our gear comes from CNC Sports. Miss Chong, right? And her, Mitch, Grace, they do an outstanding job for us putting our apparel together and everything. And, it takes a lot to put things into an organization. And we just want to the Rangers want to give a special shout out to CNC Sports, Miss Chung, Miss Grace, and Mr. Mitch for all the hard work that they've done for us. And I personally talked to them, Coach, and I told them that we wanted a picture of them on the staff and their logo. And after our podcast, we'll put up a big screenshot of how to find them, how to get apparel and where they're located, because they do a lot of things for us. And I definitely want to thank, you for giving me this opportunity. I actually love being behind the camera because I'm starting to know you. I'm starting to feel the importance of why we did this, and it's really starting to become bigger than football. Jarvis talked to me, and he said, Coach, you need to get back. You need to get back in the lab. You need to get back into coaching. And Jarvis has been with me in my life through my highs and lows in my life. And I told him, I was like, well, let's go get my own team. And talked to my wife and talked to Tanya, and she said, hey, if that's what you want to do, go do it. And then I'll be honest with you, kind of sat back and I was like, well, you know what? Why would you reinvent the wheel? Right? You were out, you wasn't coaching, and talked to Jarvis and said, hey, we already got a good brand here. Coach Clark is already well known. I'm well known. I've been a big advocate of collaboration. I think there's too many daggum teams in this area anyway. And the reason why we can't dominate like we want to is because we got a lot of selfish owners and a lot of selfish people that don't want to do the necessary things to collaborate together. Whether it's revenue share or whether it's just to say, I did it. I'm not an I guy, right? I love to win, but I'm not an individual. I'm a team player. And somebody may ask, say, well, why are you sharing this? We're sharing it because we want you to know that this doesn't happen overnight. There was thought that happened into this. Every night I go to sleep and I think about what can we do to improve? What can we put out? What content can we put out? What can we do? It don't have to be all glorified and all staged, right? But it's people seeing us. It's us being relevant. It's people knowing that authentically this didn't happen overnight. And I said, hey, 2 heads are better than 1. And we came to you with it, and you took some time and you thought about it, right? And I'll say this flat out. I didn't start the Rangers organization, but guess what? I'm a Ranger, right? You know, I'm a Ranger, and I personally thank you for allowing me to add my spin to this organization, because I think that, you know, not that we needed a rebrand, but of course times change. Uniforms change, helmets change, like that great helmet that we have in front of us. You know, this is our look. This is what we're going to look like. You guys go on our social media page, our Instagram, go look at what the uniforms are looking like. Go look at what we're going to do, right? You know, these guys are not, you know, we're not out here being arrogant or saying this or saying that, right? We're going to go out there and we're going to look at, we only want the best of the best. We're going to talk to the best of the best, because guess what? At the end of the day, you're right. People have disrespected Khalil, and I said this. I drove an hour there and back, which is 2 hours, to go to organizations in Austin. Jarvis, you drove 5 hours. Coach, you and I used to be the first ones at practice all the time, right? Getting our little handicap spot, and we're over there sitting back talking, right? I really didn't say a couple words to you because not knowing that God had this already formulated for us. And I say this, right? Everything you want to do, we're going to do it, right? We're going to get sponsors, right? We want Bubba's 33. We send an email out to them. We want to work with Killeen ISD. We want to work with Copper's Cove ISD. We want to work with Florence ISD. We want to work with any of the ISDs out there, right? We want to work with anybody that's willing to help us put a good product on the field, right? And what do they get in return, Coach? What are these potential sponsors? What are these potential ISDs, independent school districts? What do they get in return for allowing us to use their practice facility? What do they get in return for allowing us to play on their game field and give these men and young men an opportunity to fulfill their dream?
Well, it's revenue coming in for them. It could get more people, like say Bubba's, it get more people coming in their location because of us, seeing us. As far as the ISD, it also helps some of the revenue, but it also helps, like say, young men coming out of high school don't have a place to go to. They want to still continue playing, but they didn't get that opportunity to get where they got a scholarship, and then it's going to give them that opportunity where they can get some film and get looked at by somebody else. And it's all about us, Brandon right out there, doing the right thing. We've come out, like you were talking about, rebranding. We've come out, we've changed from the blue helmets that we had the first 3 years to the white helmets. We've changed our name on the logo to white instead of black. We're gonna be dressed right. Everybody's gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be this, mixed match and stuff like.
I'm glad you said
some
that.
Teams do.
I'm glad you said that, Coach, because can we just stick with that real quick? Because, one thing that ticks me off more than anything, and Jarvis and I had this conversation, I know you and I talked real quick, is like we're going to have the apparel for the guys. They got to purchase it, of course, and have that. But you talked about a standard. You cannot be a championship team if everybody looks like a rainbow or if everybody looks mismatched, right? We got to have the same from head to toe. Talk about why that's important.
Well, it shows what the team looks like, It's like, say, for instance, you got these young men walking around with their pants hanging down and got, sagging and everything. it doesn't look good. But you know, it's the same thing with the uniforms or our apparel. We're all dressed right, dressed. You know, me and you being military, tied military, that's a big thing. You know, dress right, dress, and it sets the standard and it makes the organization look good. And you know, we get all that apparel out to people seeing it, then people are gonna start asking. That's gonna get more fans in the stand to help us with our revenue and to help pay our bills. Plus, it gives somebody to go out and do, well, they go out and do something on a Saturday night. You know, if they want something to go do and everything, why not go out and watch a great football game? And, you know, we get everybody, like I say, looking right, looking the same. You know, you go to some of these, and I've seen some of these coaching staffs that everybody just wearing whatever. Same thing with the players. They got some got socks on, some got no socks on, some got high socks, some got low socks, different color socks. Not even your team colors. Even the helmets. You see, teams with.
Can't stand that.
You know, that's just.
Yeah.
You know, you have to set that standard, and that's what we'll do. And like I say, with this apparel, it helps because I've always had it where we've already had some way people can get apparel, either go to see. You talk about CNC. I've been dealing with CNC since the Revo day. I've been dealing with her. I've always got all my stuff done through her. She's done this jacket here. This is our third jacket that she's done for us.
Shout out to CNC Sports.
She did my Revo Letterman jacket. She did the first Ranger jacket that we did for me and my wife, and then she done this one for me and my wife. I had her do one up. It wasn't a varsity jacket, but it was another jacket when I was helping over at the Vipers. So you know, it's all about appearance. You know, if you're gonna go out to look like a soup and sandwich, that's what you're gonna get. But if you go out there looking dress right, you're looking good. You players, if you look good, you play good, and you know it's all about setting the standard and everything, and that's what we're about, setting the standard, and you know, go out there and do the right thing, and put on a good show.
Yeah. So I know for all the viewers out there, and even for you guys, I know we said we were going to wrap it up, but you touched on something that was really big: uniformity. You touched on passion, which, you know, I think all of our interviews and all of our podcasts should be very authentic, right? Jarvis, what does it mean to look the same? I know you and I have always talked about, you know, looking the same, getting a bus. If we're going to go to Dallas, you know, let's bring enough money where we can go get a bus and go down there as a staff, as a team. And if we get off the bus, we need to look the same. We need to have some type of Ranger gear on. What does it mean at your level, being a player? What does it mean of looking alike in team uniformity?
To me, I feel like it means like you're one. You know, as a team, if we all look the same, we all in our uniforms, we all look good. Coaches, from all the way down, all the way up to our trainers and all that stuff. It just means a lot. And for the fans, when they see that, they're like, "Man, these guys they're not like a Rudy Poo semi-pro team." You can tell like these guys are legit. And when we look legit, you win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep saying it again. If you want to win, come play with us. If you don't, stay on the outside and watch us win. That's just what it is. The Rangers are coming.
So, Coach, we have spent a lot of time talking about the shape of the Rangers and how everything's gonna go. And tonight has been nothing short but authentic. And I told you when we started this podcast and interview that we needed to be authentic. We want people to know who you are. But we would be remiss to mention Pam from the Tufa.
Oh yeah.
And I know that I never met Pam because I was the offensive coordinator of the Extreme. Coach Ron and Cody and Jason did a lot with Pam. I would love to meet her. But talk about your relationship really quick with Pam and what she means to the Lone Star Rangers organization here in the near future.
She's you know, I didn't when I was with the Vipers and we went over to the TUFA, I'd always heard about them, the league and everything. I know a lot of the teams like the Extreme, a lot of other teams that was over there and that won championships with them. Everything. I never hear nothing negative about the league, and so when I was come back into coaching and play and coach for the Tigers, that's where we was going to go to. But some things happened, so she sat down and. But before that, she, because we were hadn't been around, the team hadn't been around, so she wasn't really about wanting us to come. Actually, it was actually a certain person that got it where she didn't want us to be part of them. So I took the initiative to call her myself and to talk to her personally. And of course, the being of who she is with her organization, she wanted to make sure, check see what kind of a person I was, which is understandable. I respect that, clearly. And of course, she talked to some owners that know me that I've, coached against and stuff, and they all talked good about me and told her. So then she called me back and we talked some more, and we were gonna come. But then some other foreseen happened, and she ended up sitting out last year. So when she found out I was coming back with the Rangers, she called me and everything, and we talked. And I said, yeah. I said, we're not coming back until 24 season though. But when we do, this is why I do want to come to the TUFA. I definitely want to be part of it because I want to get that experience with her in that league. So. Like I say, I have nothing but respect for the lady. She's like I say, I've never heard nothing but good stuff about the way she runs the league, and she's picky on her teams. That was another thing about when she was going to let us come in last year. When I was with the Tigers, she didn't know enough about us, but she just don't let any old team into her league. She wants good teams that are reputable. And that she knows it's not gonna, fold and stuff. So have to respect that. She's about quantity, not quality. I mean, quality, not quantity, because she wants the best teams and everything. So, she, like I said, we've talked quite a few times. She just messaged me the other day, liked what we were doing and everything, and that she gave me the okay if I wanted to. Say that's where we're going to, that'd be fine. And I'm even on the owner's page, so I know what's going on and everything. And so, that's when I started. I said, okay, I'm gonna start advertising it on our page that hey, we are gonna be part of the TUFA, along with all the other teams down in Austin, the Tigers, and then whatever team else is gonna be out there. All the teams that's in Houston and everything. So. But like I say, she's a real likable lady, and she runs a good league.
She seems to have heard nothing but good things about her from when I was at the Extreme, and in 17 all the way and beyond. Gentlemen, we've kind of run out of time, and we definitely appreciate y'all spending y'all nights with us and y'all time with us. Anything that you wanna. Anything of excellence, it's going to take time, right? And so we're doing this, taking time out of our day where we can be with our spouses and things of that nature to chase something, right? And we're chasing something. And, I truly believe that we're going to accomplish everything we need to accomplish, and definitely appreciate you guys coming out and representing the Lone Star Rangers. The season can't come fast enough. Excited to go out there and support all of our local teams. Starting March 18th is when the season kicks off in the Tufa, and we're going to go out there and support the Bisons and the Vipers and the Wolfpack and the Central Texas Tigers. We're going to support everybody, and we're going to be a professional organization that we are. So we definitely appreciate you guys for coming out, and we appreciate the viewers that that will watch this. We ask you that you don't take anything that we said out of context, but honestly, when you put as much work as that we're putting in right now, You got to honor that. You got to respect that Coach Clark is on a mission and Jarvis is on a mission, and they have high standards for this organization, and that we are wanting to fall nothing short except being the best and the last team standing. So we appreciate you guys for coming out. You know, continue to always strive and never settle, and most of all, Ranger up.
Ranger up.
This whole thing, we look at life like it's about what you can get from life. And I think, you know, I read something, I was like, that's not what it is. You're going to always be unfulfilled if you look at life like that. It's about knowing you're going to leave one day. And, you know, when you leave, the only way you're going to be fulfilled is if you know you gave everything you had.
Really, though.
And you emptied yourself here. And you left it all here because it's temporary and you got a moment. I want to be in this thing until, you know, I'm out of energy, till I don't have nothing left to contribute.